Welcome to Barf City, episode 39. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin.
So, was your one day off so far?
Pretty good. I actually woke up decently early today and uh immediately started playing my game. I've been playing Stardew Valley. So I jumped right into my game.
I didn't go to bed till like five something this morning and woke up like 9, 10,
Oh
and been
wow.
up ever since, just wide awake. My sleep is completely fucked.
Yeah, I hate it when I do stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Well, sorry, listeners and viewers. We didn't have an episode last week because I had guests with me all weekend and all week. So I was a little too busy to record.
What
It's
kind of
not my
what
bad.
kind of guest are we talking about
Friends. Well, more like a brother, but
I see.
mhm. So me and Kevin has decided to do, since we've done, what was it, the top five Disney movies,
Yeah.
that because what better part Disney movies than, well, they're songs, right?
Are there?
I mean, some of the best parts are the songs. I mean, that's
Huh.
what gets catchy. And since, I mean, there's so many songs, we can't just limit ourselves to like some movies might have, more than one song in it that you like out of all the songs. So I've decided, Kevin has decided, today we will be doing our top 10 Disney songs. And it can be songs that was specifically made for the movie, but was not sung by a character in the movie,
Right. So
like in the Phil Collins case in Tarzan.
right. Or in um his his name just left my mind, but he does the Lion King.
Yeah,
I
Elton
know his
John.
name. Huh?
That wasn't Elton John.
Elton
Was it?
John, yeah.
I got it right. Ooh.
Yeah. So that would be another example where they did make the music for the movie. The characters just weren't actually singing those songs. So
Yeah.
in those songs, well, yeah, like Eric said, they will count as well. So
So, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
um it don't matter. I guess I could go first. Now, fair warning, there's a lot of spoiler alert for my list, but there's a lot of Pocahontas songs on here, so because I really like the Pocahontas soundtrack. But
Hmm.
so number 10 is a Pocahontas song. um, a Virginia Company. I think this is the first song of the movie, if my memory serves me correctly. It's been a couple of years since I watched it, but and it's the one that sort of splits throughout the beginning of the movie. They sing it like when they're about to set sail, and then they sing it
Hmm.
while they're on the ship, and then a little bit when they're like getting off the ship. So but yeah, it's a really catchy song. Really like it. The lyrics kind of get mixed. They mix and match the lyrics up a little bit, and um, and it's also a good contrast to the Native American song that gets played as they're like setting sail and getting off the ship. So it's which is a
Yeah.
different song, but they're good contrast with each other. So, but anyway, that's my number 10. Are we gonna do the whole ranking, or are we gonna bounce back and forth?
um, we can bounce back and forth if you want.
I know sometimes we do one or the other because a couple of our lists we bounce back and forth, and then a couple of them we just ranked them all and then went to the other person. So, but yeah, we can bounce back if you want to. So, what's your number 10?
I want to be like you from the Jungle Book.
I want to be like you. Oh yeah, I had to think for a
I
second.
want to be like
Yeah,
you.
walk like you. Yeah.
I want to walk like you, talk
I had to
like
think for a
you
second. I was like, what song is
do.
that? Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I do know that
Yeah, it's literally just beat. Like the way it's performed is amazing. And it's got a good rhythm, you know.
Yeah.
And I've always like it is one of the songs that will periodically just pop in my head just for no fucking reason. It's also, I mean, the Jungle Book had a lot of good soundtrack.
It does actually, yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
but then spoiler for the next one. I mean, the two of the my favorite songs of Jungle Book are my number 10 and 9. So
Yeah. Yeah, Virginia Company is actually a song that randomly will get pop in my head from time to time too. Even if I haven't watched Pocahontas in like years, I'll be suddenly just be like
yeah.
dun 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 dun.
And
Yeah.
honestly, like be like I want to be like you. Honestly, does feel like it's a song an orangutan would sing.
It
You know,
does, yeah. And that's probably what they were going for. Yeah.
making it make sense
Like if
to
a
the animal that's
orangutan
singing it.
could like talk and actually make music like a human, like what
Yeah,
how would he make it? Like it would sound a lot like that. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
yeah,
My number nine is now, like I said, this was a really hard list for me to make. I've rotated these around a bunch, so don't just because this is at number nine, that doesn't mean that like there's a lot of songs I wanted to put a. Anyway, so I got Mulan, I'll Make a Man Out of You. So yeah, really good song. Probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. So um, every time it's definitely the highlight of the movie for sure, or one of them. So yeah,
yeah,
very catchy. And it's also I tried to also pick songs that because some Disney songs are really just fun to listen to while you watch the movie, but when you isolate it from the scene, it's not quite as entertaining. Um, but and this is one that it's good with the scene or without the scene, like it's catchy either way. So, but yeah,
yeah.
I know that was an exciting explanation.
I mean, mine wasn't that exciting to be like you.
Yeah. Mhm.
So my turn.
Oh yeah. What's your number nine?
Bare necessity.
Bare Necessity. Yep. That's usually the first
I
song I think of when I think of the Jungle Book is
yeah.
mm,
It's it's really good because like not only is catchy, it's like the fact that if you listen to it, it actually even tells you how to pick a prickly pear. I mean, it also teaches. I mean, also it's good
excuse me.
for. I mean, for one, it's classic. I mean, everyone, if you say Jungle Book, they'll instantly know that one if they've watched the Jungle Book. Uh, yeah. Most of mine, I just picked songs that I just really like groove with, or it just pops in my head actively.
Yeah.
Like, uh, now I'm tripping on my words. This is a very good video so far. Oh my god, best video ever. You know, it's just, but like, I mean, it was, so also a little fun note about Bare Necessities. Apparently, there's a whole other draft, for the that was written for the earlier draft of the film that was never produced. And the Sherman brothers, when they wrote the other songs of the film, it was the only one they kept from the previous version was Bare Necessities. They liked it enough to keep it from the original draft to bring it in.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was because I mean they reprised the song, but it had a new singer, but like they really apparently liked the song, and it was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Original Song, but it lost to "Talk to the Animals" for Doctor Dolittle, which is kind of depressing actually. Mm. All right.
Oh, my turn. Right. Number 8 is another Pocahontas song. Uh,
Of course.
Colors of the Wind. Um, yeah, just it's a this is one of those where like the song is good with or without the scene. I will admit it's better with watching it with the scene though. So um I just I don't know. I really like I don't know how else to explain it. I'm doing a terrible job explaining this, but like I don't know what how to put it into words. The I will
Uh,
say this is probably one of my favorite scenes from the movie, not necessarily because of the song. I mean the song too, but uh I really like the artwork in this scene. Like you could tell the artist like went above and beyond when they made this scene, like where they really tried to make it look artistic and poetic. So not just the song alone, but it attaches to a good scene. But yeah, that's my
yeah.
break.
My number 8 is from the movie Encanto. We don't talk about Bruno.
I had that song in my
I
head earlier.
really fucking love this song. Like the different parts, how they're all technically like done in different ways, different vocals. Like you have a little bit of rap, you have a little bit of singing, and then by the like when they're all singing together, I think it's something like 14 different voices all doing a part, but it never feels like it's overwhelming, and it's such it flows through to the next part. It is a musical masterpiece of a Disney song, honestly. Like the only thing keeping it from outbeating the other ones is probably nostalgia for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, it's a phenomenal song. Fucking love it.
Yeah, I've actually never seen that movie, but I obviously I know the song. So mm, I mean, you on the internet for more than a couple hours, you're gonna hear certain Disney songs, and that's definitely uh, a very popular modern one for sure. So
Yeah.
that one, along with a lot of the Frozen ones as well, which I've also never seen either of the Frozen movies, and yet I know most of the songs. So just goes to show you how well done the soundtrack is. All right,
Yeah.
number 7 is another Pocahontas song.
Oh my God, I'm so
Yeah,
shocked.
I know, right? This is probably one of my favorite villain songs, though, from a Disney movie. One of them, anyway. It's "Mine, Mine, Mine" is the name of the song.
Yep.
A lot of people call it "Dig for the Gold," though. I've heard a lot of people call it that, but yeah, it's technically called "Mine, Mine, Mine." And but yeah, Governor Radcliffe is like probably one of my favorite Disney villains. I don't know why, but even when I was a kid, I had kind of a weird obsession with him for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I even had a toy of him, and it was like one of my favorite toys, my favorite action figures for a while.
Hmm. Okay.
And but yeah, I love uh this is another scene that's like really well done from an artistic point of view, I think as well.
Hmm.
I really like all the flying dirt, and they bounce back and forth between Governor Radcliffe like in imagining himself like in England, and the King James is like praising him and stuff, and then and really funny song too. So I always like villain songs where they get
Yeah.
way in over their head, and this is one of those where.
Yeah.
And of course, it makes it hilarious because everybody knows there is no gold in Virginia, so it makes it even funnier. He's just like desperate to find this gold that just doesn't exist. I was like, yeah, you're gonna have to head way further west if you want to find gold. But anyway, so I'll let you. That's pretty much all I got to say about that one.
Number 7 for me is Arabian Night.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
Like it is a beautiful way to open up a movie.
Yeah,
Like, and the thing is, it's very much carried by the singer's voice.
yeah, Yeah,
Like
he
if
has a
he
good.
couldn't project the way he projected and like the way he carried his cadence, that song would not be as good. It would not feel very deserty. Eh, like and very mystic. Like he felt like I mean the dude is basically the storyteller, and he's very mystic. He's got to have some power. I kind of really want to know about that character, honestly. Like a whole like prequel Aladdin about him, because like he has to know about the genie. Like, did he read the lamp before Aladdin? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always
The
wondered that too when I watched that movie.
the character's trying to mystery. The opening is beautiful. And I'm not the type of person that likes to walk in the desert, but I mean, he made me want to go, during the nighttime.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good. I mean, again, it's just a great way to open up a movie with a very good cadence, with a song with that's not really reliant on the instrument, especially in Aladdin, where later there's a lot of heavy music to the
yeah.
words. Like they're great songs, but there is a lot of music. But yeah, my number 7 is Arabian Nights.
All right. My number 6 is We Are One from The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
That
Um,
is a good song.
yeah, I love, I really love the soundtrack of The Lion King 2. Anybody
Yeah,
that knows me knows that I actually prefer the second one over the first one. And probably because admittedly I'm a sucker for Romeo and Juliet, but and
yeah,
essentially it's just Romeo and Juliet with lions, but which the first one's just Hamlet with lions. So, but yeah,
yeah.
so and this
Mm,
is definitely my favorite song of the movie. There's a lot of songs I love in that movie, but I was trying, the Pocahontas songs kept overriding my list, so I was trying to pick at least one to put on here, and this is the one I went with. So I really, really love it. Very catchy song. Love the lyrics. So the singing's really good too. So
yeah, yeah. Lion King 2 has a very interesting soundtrack in it, and it feels a little bit more fresh, which is kind of nice considering it's a different, it's about his daughter who's got a whole different view than he does. Like he had a different view from his dad, but kind of by the time he grew up, he had a similar view,
yeah,
whereas his daughter kind of really kept different view than him.
yeah, yeah. Simba kind
Yes,
of grew to be his dad or a different version of his dad versus uh Akira, I think is her name is, right?
I think.
She just didn't really want to be anything like him. Yeah. So
Yeah. So my number 6. Don't give me shit for this.
okay.
Into the Unknown from Frozen 2.
Into the end. I'm trying to think of which song that is.
Into the Unknown.
Oh yeah, I do know that song.
Yeah. I actually like that song. I did like some of Frozen's songs, but Frozen 2 had the better songs. It's kind of like the Lion King situation for you for me with Frozen.
Yeah.
And I just love the build up to it, the harmonizing. It's a great masterpiece of a song. And the thing is, you hear it in different bits, like also in the background, you hear people periodically hear the whoa when you watch the movie. So like it leads into her singing the full blown song. And it's really just a master. Disney is really killing it, especially nowadays for sure with some songs.
Yeah.
They have really taken songwriting to heart. I mean, the old songs are great, but like with the new instruments or the new way people sing, new little vocal talents, Also, the voice for Elsa, the actress who voices her and sings, is a phenomenal singer. I watched her live performance of Wicked in New York. I've always loved her voice, and so Into the Unknown, the way she pushes it, just it makes me happy.
It makes you happy.
Makes me happy.
No, I mean I can't say anything. I will not deny that the Frozen soundtrack is definitely a catchy one. So I remember when the first movie kept coming out and they kept playing all those songs on like Vine on YouTube and stuff, and I'd have
Yeah,
those songs stuck in my head for weeks, I swear. So
the cold never bothered me anyway.
or do you want to build a snowman? I had that one in my head a lot. All right. Well, speaking of catchy songs, this one's probably one of the catchiest on my list. Number 5 is Hercules. I won't say I'm in love. So
Ah, yeah.
yeah, that one's that's probably my favorite part about it is just so dang catchy. But
We talked
uh,
about that one.
yeah, we did.
How it actually feels like it could be a song that you could take out of Hercules, and like people would never know it was for Hercules. That it would just be a catchy, great
Yeah, like
song.
if you took that song and then maybe popped up the music just a little bit more, like it could totally be like a song I could see like playing on just like the radio or something. And
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, really good contrast between like the choir and her voice. She has a really powerful
Hmm.
singing voice too, so which helps the song a lot. And yeah,
Yeah.
just really catchy and really fun to listen to. So
Uh, one of the YouTubers I watch that does cover songs and stuff. He got to do a Christmas song with her.
oh really?
Yeah. Make the uh very middle Merry Little Christmas or whatever the title for it is.
Have yourself a Merry Little Christmas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they performed that song together, and I do love her voice.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a really good voice.
Number 5 for me, Aladdin's A Whole New World. I mean, it is one of the best. Honestly, yeah, it is absolutely, in my opinion, the best male female duet song.
Yeah.
Because thing is, you also got to think older Disney. There wasn't a lot of male female duet songs too. A lot of their songs were separated.
Yeah, they kind of are. Yeah. Or especially yeah back then. Only one I can think of that's not separated is maybe Once Upon a Dream from Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
Other than that, I can't really think of one. So,
but yeah, I mean, it's a great song. It's a beautiful duet. They harmonize very well with each other.
mm,
And then just the animation that scene, the flying to on the carpet
yeah, that is a
was
really well animated
amazing.
scene. That one and the scene where he's flying through the little like through all those little twists and turns. Those are like the two best animated
Yeah.
when he's inside the Cave of Wonders.
Hmm. They did good on that flying carpet
Yeah.
scenes. And to add a beautiful, uh, you know, kind of soft, but, slowly rising song that has great, because both singers, they were great. They performed the song. I mean, hell, people still want to sing that song today. So, I mean, as a duet.
Yeah. That was actually a song I used to make fun of a lot when I was younger. Anytime I made fun of
Damn.
that, for some reason I would randomly just start making fun of that one. But I can't deny it is pretty catchy. So I actually
It's great.
kind of like the song they sing together in Return of Jafar. We Can't Forget About Love, I think is the name of that one. I
Yeah.
actually kind of like that one better. But I will admit, in the first movie, the scene is animated so much better. You can tell that they had to obviously skip on quality a little bit because of lower budget for the second one. So
Yeah.
but I actually song wise, I actually kind of like that song better. So
I mean, the reason I also get to think if you add no like with the scene with a whole new world compared to that, a whole new world's also their like introduction to falling for each other. I mean, he
Mhm.
already fell for her, but like
Yeah.
this is him like basically wooing her, and he does it in such a like way like, okay, motherfucker, us in the real life can't take a girl on a magic carpet ride and basically confess our love. Okay, chill, motherfucker, chill. It's kind of you can't really one up that on telling a girl how would you feel about her.
We don't have a personal magic genie either,
Yeah,
so
dick.
actually he would
On
have
a,
had the flying carpet regardless, but
yeah, I mean, it's my favorite song, but the first movie is not my favorite. The uh,
were you about to go into something?
yeah, don't need to.
All right, I guess I'll just move on then. My number four is Tarzan by You'll Be in My Heart by Phil Collins. I will admit, my top four, I honestly, you could easily just make them all number one. Like, I can't, like, they're all four of them are like I would want them to be number one.
Yeah,
So, like, so this is practically like a number one, but it's number four. So, because I just had to put them somewhere in the ranking. But yeah, this one's admittedly I think this is one of those songs like when you're watching Tarzan even for the very first time, like as soon as you hear this song you're just like, sets the mood perfectly,
I
like
mean, it's
really
Phil
good song.
Collins.
Yeah, well, even before I knew who Phil Collins was when I was a kid, so it's just like really good
I
song.
knew who he was before the movie.
Oh yeah, I had never heard of him when I was a kid, so
Hmm.
but yeah.
All right, my number four, I guess. A Friend Like Me from the Aladdin movie.
Geez, you got a lot of Aladdin song.
That means you're damn Pocahontas.
Yeah, I'm not even done with Pocahontas either. I got some more of them.
But like, it is such a fun song. The animation's great. Robin Williams, fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Rest in peace. Uh, yeah, it is such a like funny like he's flexing that he's the best friend you could ever have. No friend could be better than him.
yeah.
It's
Definitely
just
the one
it's
of the most unique friends you could ever have for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
But it's such a great introduction to who the genie is in that world.
yeah.
Because like when he talks a little bit, it's like okay, and then he performs a song, and you can fully tell, oh, this guy's gonna be cuckoo. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a fun ride. I love it. It's catchy.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. I
And
love the.
again, it's a song that's been covered by a lot of people,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mhm.
even famous people.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that seeing the way the genie just immediately starts expressing his personality. You just like you
Yeah.
already like, yep, you know what kind of guy you're getting here. Yeah. Rob, in my opinion, Robin Williams practically makes that movie. That movie wouldn't be nearly as
He
good
really
without him. So
does.
yeah. Mhm.
He makes them all. Like Robin Williams really steals the show in
Yeah.
anything he's in. Again, rest in peace. We'll miss him. But on to number three.
All right. Oop. All right. Number three is Just Around the River Band, Pocahontas. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I know, right? I actually have a Pocahontas song on here. It's shocking. And I will admit, like, I kind of like the scene, like, of some of these other songs more that I had lower on the list. But the song I think is actually a bit I like it better, I think. This is a song that often gets caught in my head a lot more often than some of the others too. And that's probably why I ranked it higher. So, but yeah, really good song, really like it. Um, really good scene too. Like it really shows off Pocahontas's like personality versus like her dad's, because he's so like into this, like everyone just stay together as a group kind of, you know,
Yeah.
stereotypical kind of dad personality, but she just immediately, shows the contrast of her personality with this song. So and
Yeah, it's a great song. Pocahontas also has a weird, like,
excuse me.
It's like not conventionally pretty, but it is pretty animation. It's just the way they draw. Like it's almost like a living paint. It's almost like a living picture, the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like when the wind blows, it looks like, brush strokes
Yeah, it
on a
does.
paint.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, and it's not animated in the conventional way that Disney movies were animated at the time.
Right. Yeah, fun little quick fact. Back in the 80s and 90s, uh, Disney Animated Studios at the time had an A studio and a B studio, and
Yeah.
they often would focus more on the A movie. They would pick two movies they wanted to make, and the A movie was the one they thought was going to be more successful, so they focused more on that one. And their B movie was like, well, it'll have success, but it probably won't be as successful as your A movie. During this time, their A movie was Pocahontas because they thought this was going to be the big, movie, and their B movie was actually The Lion King. As much as I love Pocahontas, I
Oh
cannot
shit.
deny that, yeah, they should have done that the other way around because The Lion
Yeah,
King
they
was
really should
obviously
have.
the way more successful one. But I actually prefer Pocahontas personally, but I cannot deny, yeah, Lion King was way more successful. So yeah, they
I
definitely
actually
got
didn't know
that
that.
backwards. So
I actually really didn't know that. That was actually kind
yeah.
of cool. Alrighty. You're gonna get ready to check with my number three.
All right.
You'll be in my heart.
I kind of figured that song was on your list somewhere. So
Yeah.
we almost
You-
had it at the same ranking, almost.
yeah, we did. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's a Phil Collins. It's a great fucking song. I sing it a lot, so I mean,
Oh yeah. I mean, it's fair to say this is a song that also comes on the radio quite often. So
yeah. We don't have to say much because we covered a little bit of it from your. All right, you're number two.
I will protect you. Okay. Started singing Phil Collins. All right. Number two is Steady as the Beating Drum in Pocahontas. This is sort of the contrast song to Just Around the River Band, actually. So
Yeah,
this is like the reason why I picked this one is this song kind of comes up twice in the movie. The chief sings it, and then toward the end of the movie, they play sort of a remixed version of it
yeah.
when he realizes that he's kind of adding to the noise of the situation, and he realizes that anyway, I won't, if you haven't seen Pocahontas, I won't spoil the movie for you. But anyway, he comes to terms of what the situation was, and this song kind of plays again, so I really like it.
Hmm.
And but yeah, that's my number two. So I just love the way that movie's animated so much. Anyway, you can go.
My number two, Prince Ali.
Another Aladdin song. Wow.
Yeah, mine Aladdin's kind of like your Pocahontas in some
Yeah.
aspects, but a little bit more tame.
Prince Ali. Yeah, it's a good song.
I mean, it is a great song. Uh, the animation's fucking. I love it, and I kind of also like that during the song, like the performances he does, all the voices Robin Williams pulls off in that entire
Yeah,
scene.
he
Like
does.
he does so many different voices. Like, and he does it in a way you can still hear it as his genie voice, but altered. Like he alters his genie voice to even sound like a kitty, like a little kid, like a news reporter, like a head lady in a not so more of adult establishment.
Yeah.
Mm. And it's just a fun song. I mean, personally, will always be
Ah,
my favorite Aladdin song. Like Arabian Nights is a great song for an opening, how it flows, but when it comes to beat, the insight, the hyperactiveness, of course, again, rose-colored goggles, Robin Williams, my childhood. He just steals the show. He's got two songs that are absolutely just phenomenally perform, and just really shows his acting chops, well, his voice acting chops. He can sing, and he can sing in multiple voices at a
Yeah,
time.
he actually has in some of those moments too. He actually projects his voice really well too. Very powerful voice if he wants to. So
Yeah. So, uh, how many honorable mentions? Because we actually didn't discuss that.
I have three.
Okay, we'll go with three then.
Hmm. Why? How many did you have?
Hmm.
A lot.
Yeah.
I had more than three, but I tried my best to narrow it down to three. So
Let's just go with three.
all right. Um all right. This isn't in any particular order, but one of them is Whistle While You Work from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Uh
Yeah.
I really wanted to put this one on the list. The only reason why I took it off is because I will admit, as much as I love this song and I love this scene, the song is better with the movie. Anytime you listen to it by itself, it's a little boring.
Yeah, it really
But
is.
when I watch it with the scene, I love the song because it complements the scene so well. But it's like once you isolate it, it's an example of one of those songs you're just like, yeah, it's not as fun to listen to it by itself. So that's why, but I still wanted to mention it because I do love Snow White is my favorite Disney movie. So,
Yeah.
oh crap, I just spilled freaking crap all over. Anyway, I'm having a problem.
I guess my first honorable mention is surface pressure from Encanto.
You what?
Surface pressure.
Surface pressure.
It's the one that the sister with the super strength sings. Pressure that'll drip, 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 and it'll never stop.
What movies?
Wow. Encanto.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't know that song.
Uh, it's a great song. It's got a great beat, but it's about her basically admitting that basically who is she if she doesn't have her superpowers? Like, what her point? What's the point in her if she didn't have her strength? Like, if she couldn't resist all the pressure, because she literally goes around town, literally lifting rocks out of the way. Hell, one of the scenes she's lifting up all the donkeys that escaped to take them
Oh,
back. She's moving people's whole entire houses around. Her strength is who she is in her head, and at this point in the scene in the movie, her strength is starting to go in and out because their magic is starting to fail. So she's had an existential crisis of who she is. So surface pressure. Like one of the lines is give her all the how's it go? Dun, dun, who I'd have to actually fully sing the song.
oh man.
But yeah, it's a great song. It's not as like technically impressive as like or productively impressive as Don't Talk About Bruno. But as far as performance wise, it's honestly almost better. It's just not on my list because, well, I mean, I got other songs I like a little bit more the way that way it works, but it's just, I mean, it's a great song that you can just literally listen to. That it's one of those that doesn't really feel like a Disney song sometimes.
Yeah.
So I also do forget it's a Disney song because it's a very much like a poppy beat.
Yeah.
It's like it's a cumbia inspired reggaeton song, I guess. And also though, the funny like again, it doesn't really another thing that makes it doesn't not feel like a Disney song is it hit number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Oh, really?
Disney songs typically aren't added to the Billboard.
Yeah. Usually not, unless they're sang by like maybe someone like in Phil Collins' case, like already sang by someone everybody knows. But yeah.
I mean, We Don't Talk About Bruno was also on there. So like,
Yeah. Well, that one's more understandable though. So, like I said, I've never heard of the other one. I
yeah.
guess I missed that one. Mm.
And
All
what's
right.
your next honorable mention?
The next one is Everybody Wants to Be a Cat from the Aristocats. I really wanted to put this one somewhere on the list, but it just couldn't quite make it. So I was like, well, I'll throw it an honorable mention. So because
Yeah.
this is a song I really like the buildup of this song too, because it starts out slow and then they get like really crazy with it. It almost sounds like a song you'd hear like in a crazy church or something.
Yeah.
Especially toward the end when they get really crazy and they literally play
Bring
themselves.
the house down.
Yeah, the house starts coming down and they literally continue playing as they're walking outside of the building. So and there's
Yeah,
just
they
keep going.
literally just start
Yeah,
falling to the floor and just walk out like nothing ever happened.
yeah.
I love the scene.
Definitely one of
It's
the
amazing.
highlights of the movie for sure. So mhm. Mhm.
My next one would be Bet on It from High School Musical 2.
Oh, you got High School
And people in the
Musical.
comments don't give me shit about High School Musical. I fucking love it. I was a theater kid.
Yeah.
But
I can't
also
I can't say anything. I never watched those movies. So
Bet on It is Zac Efron's character Troy's one of his solo songs in the second one after like everything's kind of going wrong. I mean, it starts out everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. It's like it's a self-reflection song.
mhm.
And I love a good self-reflection song. I mean, if we did a number 20, I mean, I would have a Mulan song on my list. Well, Reflections or whatever it's called. I love a good reflections.
Nice.
Not much more I can really say on that. It's a great song. It's done phenomenally. The choreography is great. Now, what's your final honorable mention?
My final one is another Snow White one. It's Hi Ho. Um, I really like it. It's sort of like a song, another song that sort of breaks into the song, but I think they consider it the same song, but where they're they digging in the mine, in a
Hmm.
mine, in a mine, and then it just suddenly, the bell goes off and they just suddenly start singing Hi Ho, and
It's off to work we
yeah,
go.
yeah, and they sing it two times in the movie too, so which is fun. So
Yeah,
because they sing it when they're leaving work and then they sing it again when they're going back to work. So what in the world they're doing with all those diamonds, I don't know. But
I'm curious too.
I've always wondered
I
that. Even
mean,
when I was a kid, I
the
was like, what are they
dwarves.
doing
So
with all those? They
I
just
mean, the dwarves.
yeah, they're storing them in that little storage closet, which Dopey just keeps putting the key on the hanging right next to the door where anybody could
Yeah,
just grab the key. But it's fair to say they also work out in the middle of nowhere, so probably not too many people pass by there. So I think they're all right. So but
if you ever have the ability to go into jump into any movie, jump into that movie. You'll be
all
rich.
right. You have so many diamonds ain't even funny. Yeah.
My last honorable mention, Gaston.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love it. It is a great song. No one.
Yeah, where what's his face basically sings.
He's singing Gaston's praise.
Yeah, he's like singing a love song, a bromance love song to
Kinda.
him.
As a specimen, I'm quite intimidating. Guess what? I got that Gaston.
Yeah, he's just a little full of himself. Yeah.
He really is, and I
Yeah.
love it. Like, it's the most egotistical song, in my opinion, ever performed on a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's songs that people, villains have sung or whatever about themselves, but it doesn't ever come off really as egotistical as much. as Gaston. I mean, that is straight up. He's down in the dumps because Belle doesn't talk to him, and his buddy's like picking him up, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I am the best."
You're right, after all. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love it. The animation, of course, is great, and the fact that they, talk about his like indent on his chin and his chest hair.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Singing about his chin. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Anyways, that's the honorable mentions from us. Now, what is y'all number one
Uh,
Disney song?
my number one is a villain song. It's actually my favorite Disney villain song. That's main reason why I decided to put it at number one. But it is You're Only Second Rate from The Return of Jafar. This is the second Aladdin movie.
Ooh, yeah.
Uh, the Jafar is my favorite Disney villain out of all of them, and that's the main reason why I like the second one so much. It's not so much that I think the second one's better than the first one per se.
It's
It's
just got
just
a lot of
it's more about
Jafar.
Jafar. So, and I like Jafar, so I automatically like it better. So, and this is like, to me, this is like the highlight of the movie where Jafar really shows Genie who's the more powerful one now. Of course Jafar winds up losing in the end, obviously, because it's the Disney movie. But but yeah, I really like the song. Love the animation. I feel like this is the part of the
Yeah.
movie where they really went, because I mentioned earlier that in Return of Jafar they did. Admittedly, you could tell when you watch the movie that the um, cost, was definitely not as much money to work with there. But this is one of those scenes that it's sort of an exception where they went really all out as they could. But the
Yeah.
animation, there was a lot of change in scenes and
Yeah. Like it
Jafar
really,
really showing his powers and everything. So
yeah, it really seems like they knew that they had something going on with Jafar in this moment. And
yeah,
there was going to be I mean, he didn't really actually have like a main song of the first one.
yeah, he didn't really. I mean,
So
yeah,
this was his first like big solo. I want to be the best number.
yeah,
Yeah, and it is a popular one.
yeah. I really like it. Yeah, I had an obsession with this movie when I was a kid. I used to rewatch it like all the time. I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, let's put Return of Jafar in because he's a bad A. Yeah, I love Jafar.
That's such a role model for a kid.
I know, right? I used to always have a weird upset. I probably shouldn't admit this, but I used to have a weird obsession with Jaf Jafar's like death scene too. So the part where he gets like where they knock his lamp into the lava basically, and
Yeah.
then like he acts like he's having a freaking genie version of a seizure or something, and then he just like vanishes and explodes kind of at the same time. So, but yeah, I don't know. I used to have an obsession with that scene.
Okay then. Good to know. I'll be more
Anyway,
cautious now.
I'm not
Okay.
crazy, I promise. Mhm.
And this I love this how we both chose for number one a villain song.
Oh, really? I love villain songs. So,
Mine is
mhm.
Hellfire from the
Oh yeah,
Hunchback of
I keep
Notre
forgetting you
Dame.
love that song. Yeah, you've mentioned it
I
to
mean,
me a few times.
it's
Mm.
such a great psychological song because, like, I mean, it can be broke down multiple ways, but like, realistically, it's like he's trying to blame everyone else for his. At first, it's like he's blaming the whole world for him being a sinner. Like, I mean, one of the lines is, it's in God's plan. He makes the devil so much stronger than a man,
Yeah,
and then it flips to him looking inwards and then asking for forgiveness because for the fact that he knows he's about to sin, he's about to cause destruction, he's about to all for this one gypsy woman
oh,
who he
freaking A.
first starts blaming for making him feel like he's a sinner,
Yeah,
putting his whole belief in question. And then he couldn't get her like he wanted. So now he's just going to destroy all of Paris and Rome if you have to. He's going to take down everything just to either burn her or take her.
What religion is that? Is that Catholicism? You
Yeah,
say? What is he
he's
a
a Catholic
priest?
priest. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I couldn't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. Mm, mm.
But yeah, he, sorry, Jay was rushing out to get to
Oh,
work.
yeah. I do like the dark tone of that scene, I will admit.
And the animation is beautiful. Like the
Yeah,
way the fireworks, it just it's dark, it's psychological. Like the man's fighting with himself between being a man of God and falling for a gypsy woman. I mean, it's just it's something that, and you I mean you think about it, back then he would have been raised in the church.
yeah,
So this has probably been his first like fully lustful feeling. Like he truly feels lust for her,
yeah.
which he mistakes for love, and then comes around to knowing what it is. I like it. It's dark. It's a great villain song, and he burns in his own fire in the end of the movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
that movie will.
I need to watch that movie again. It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's actually,
Mm.
if you think about it, like the second movie's more like lighthearted. First movie's kind of dark.
I didn't even know there was a second one, but yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
surprise
there's a
me.
second Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
It's also the first time that the hero is actually not getting with the damsel in distress that I can remember. Because she gets with another guy, but the Hunchback is the hero,
Yeah, he's the protagonist.
but he doesn't get with the gypsy woman. She gets with a whole different guy.
Right.
He sees her as a friend,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting relationship. That movie's, if we want to talk about the movie, but you good?
I think that's one of the things I like about Pocahontas too. Sorry, showed my obsession with Pocahontas, but the guy and the girl actually don't wind up together in the end, even though they really want to be together. So they figure it's best. And if you ever watch the sequel, they still don't wind up together because of course it's based off real life. But so
Well, they had kids in real life.
yeah, she winds up falling for another guy in the movie. So yeah, they skip over the whole relationship of John Smith and the movies. So,
Yeah.
because technically in real life she does have a short relationship with him, and then she winds up marrying the what the heck is that other guy's name? He's the one that had some tobacco company or job or something, owned some tobacco company, but she winds up falling for him ultimately. So
Poor John. Goes
I
through
think
all
it was
that hell.
another John. I think John is a pretty common name, but
Yeah.
still a common name
Poor
today.
John Smith. He goes through all that
You
hell.
you got John Radcliffe, John Smith, John, John.
There, yeah, John.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So those are our top 10 Disney songs, plus three honorable mentions. Let us know in the comment below. What is your favorite Disney songs? I just honestly, that's the only reason I somewhat will still watch Disney is just to see the songs they've come up with.
Yeah. If we ever do a ranking of non-Disney animated movie songs, people can see my obsession with the Swan Princess. Because that's sort of my non-Disney version of Pocahontas, where I have a weird obsession with that movie for some reason.
Mine would be because I don't think it's Disney. Let me see. Double check something.
Yeah, well,
I don't
technically,
know.
the Swan Princess is technically owned by Disney now because it's a Fox movie, but back in the day, it was not. So,
Yeah.
and it's not an official Disney animated movie either. So,
Uh, trying to remember who produced this movie. It's a Warner Brothers movie, and it's Quest for Camelot.
Which that sounds familiar. Quest for Camelot.
It's the one with the two-headed dragons.
Oh yeah, I do vaguely remember that movie. Isn't that the same
Yeah,
company that made the Black Cauldron or something like
I think
that?
so.
I can't
I
remember the
mean,
name of that.
if we were to do a non-Disney, we'd have a lot. I would have a lot of Quest for Camelot, Fern Gully.
I just now realized I didn't rank any of the songs from The Rescuers in this list. I probably
Uh,
should have put at least one of those in honorable mentions. That actually has a good soundtrack in that movie. That just now dawned on me.
yeah, when I suggested this, I was like, okay, Disney songs. I have a few on top of my head immediately that I really like.
Yeah,
But when I really started looking at the list, I was like, holy shit,
yeah.
this is actually difficult to flesh
I
out the
did the same
rest.
thing. Yeah, I was just like, okay, I would put that one and that one on there. And then when I started looking through the list, I was like, okay, this is really hard. I can't think I can't
There's
decide
so
which
many
one.
Disney songs that I like. I
Like
didn't
it's
like. I knew I liked a lot of Disney songs, but when you really start making a list, it's like,
yeah.
oh
And the
wow.
yeah, I mean, you could keep going and going. I mean, I mean, I realized I also didn't even put any songs from like The Fox and the Hound on there. I could have theoretically put a few of those on honorable mention.
I didn't put none of the snow. Uh, Beauty and the Beast, which has some fucking
Yeah.
phenomenal
Beauty and the
songs.
Beast, Sleeping Beauty. Geez.
Like I remade my list probably 4 times. I was like, I gotta stop. I'll just stick with this group right here. These are the ones I listen to the most, probably. So I'll just stick with those. But I jammed to almost every Disney song. There's not really, in my opinion, not very many bad Disney songs.
Yeah, there's probably only a few where I'm just not the biggest fan of them.
There's some
For
that are like,
the
okay, that was an all right song.
Yeah,
There's
and then some are
there's
just good for that scene, like I described earlier. Where
yeah,
once you isolate them, it's not as good. But yeah,
but in
yeah,
reality, there's not really a bad Disney song.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, hell, I could have labeled this list with all, you know, songs from High School Musical.
Oh God,
You know,
I would
at
have been
least
just sitting there
5.
listening to you because I don't know anything about High School Musical. So.
But like, and we also are we would then you also gotta count. There's so many musicals out there. We'll have to do a top musical at
Yeah,
some
we
point
should.
too, no matter what company it is.
Yeah,
I
just
mean, on
musicals.
ooh, actually, that might be harder for me because like a lot of them, I could just fill it with Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street.
Oh God. I'd probably have a lot of songs from Greece and
Yeah,
yeah,
honestly,
I'd probably throw a couple from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in
if
there.
we were to do musicals, it'd probably be easier just to do movie.
Yeah, like the
Because
live action
there's
movies. Yeah,
so many great musicals, and a lot. And I mean, of course, if it's a musical, hell, I could fill it probably a top 20 from Mamma Mia.
yeah, yeah. Mamma Mia's got some good songs in there.
It's really hard to do music, like movies and stuff it can be difficult, but you typically have your like really go to movie, a specific genre or company produced movies. But when it comes to any genre, any company that produces like anything with music, a lot of musical stuff, breaking down which music the song is your favorite is a lot harder, at least to me, anyways. Because I'm a music fanatic. I like music more than I do movies. So
Yeah, I don't know if I really prefer one over the other, so they're both about even for me.
yeah, they also like hell, and then we also go on video game soundtracks.
Oh God, I could write a book on video game soundtracks that I love. That would be even
Dude,
harder than the Disney one.
well,
I'd
like
be
you
sitting there
gotta
like
think,
going, "Oh crap, how do I
like
do this?"
then you got because you got like games like Love It or Hate It. You cannot really talk shit on the soundtrack. Doom, all the Doom games soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Doom has an awesome soundtrack.
And the
Hey,
fact that they did it like Devil May Cry does it, the songs start playing, the better you do in the game. The more ass you're kicking, the more
yeah,
you get into the riffs, like
yeah,
you
the
know,
more epic the track gets, yeah.
and, and
Excuse
it
me.
just like it gives the player a real whole new sense of playing the game. And then you got games like, Final Fantasy, that
Oh
the
gosh, yeah,
melodies in Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, because technically Kingdom Hearts is also Final Fantasy,
yeah.
partially. They just have great melodies in the background.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, between Jack and Daxter and Kingdom Hearts alone, those soundtracks would flood my list. I wouldn't even know if I'd have
Oh
room
my
for any others, and I
God.
would want to put others in there. I'd want to put like the Halo theme song. I'd
And
want
that's
to
before you even add
put.
anything that Bethesda's touched.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Once, yeah, throw Elder Scrolls in there. I've got like a top 50 list already.
Because thing is, Skyrim, you also add all the fucking Bard songs,
Yeah.
which are
Heck,
fucking great.
there's even a lot of songs from ESO that I love. Just really
Oh
great
yeah.
soundtrack.
Then The Witcher.
Yeah, Witcher's got a great soundtrack.
Yeah. Now we're really
And then it's
but
like,
like,
and then I'm be sitting there like trying to compare apples with oranges in some situations because I'm like, well, what
yeah.
about the classics like Mario and stuff like that? I'm like, where would
Oh,
those fit in? You know,
the
so oh,
Zeldas.
Zelda
Oh,
alone, yeah, yeah, you'd have so many great songs.
Sonic has some great
Yeah,
little
Sonic has a great one.
tunes while you're going through stuff.
Sonic 3 alone is amazing. Then you throw in Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2. Oh man.
Yeah. I really love music.
I love video game music. So
The thing is, video game music's actually the best music to study to.
it is. I've actually put on video game soundtracks for
And you
just
know
like,
why that is, right?
I don't know. Is
So
it
when
helps you
they're making
concentrate, maybe?
it does, honest in a sense. Because when they typically design, unless it's like a specific scene that's supposed to be hyped up for with the music, when you're going through the world, all that background music, all the stuff you're hearing
Yeah.
is meant to be background. It's
Yeah.
meant to be caught in periods
Right.
periodically and enjoyed, but not actually like heavily focusing on it. You're focusing on playing the game, not the background music.
Yeah.
So if you play the background music of these songs, minus like the menu music or whatever, songs you just periodically hear while you're going through, it actually helps you study because that's what it's designed to do. It's designed to be background noise. And it floods out everything else. So you're singular focus on this. And also if you're a gamer, it'll click in that aspect of focusing for gamers.
Yeah. Yeah, I've put
But
on video game music before while I'm working on like a project or something. I'm like,
yeah, it just helps you like really focus because like there's half the time there's not words, it's not something you have to focus on. And you won't get distracted singing or anything. You just maybe hum along and just do your thing and you just flow with it.
I would challenge anyone to put on some kind of dungeon crawling music like from Elder Scrolls or any RPG you like and walk around and put your headphones on and walk around your town at night. It'll give you a really weird experience.
Oh, I would totally do that.
I did
Actually,
that a few times when I was still walking to and from work, and on some of those walks where it'd be at night, I'd have like the Daggerfall uh, dungeon music playing, and I'd be like, "This is kind of weird." It's like,
I would love to have done that at my first security job. On the
yeah,
weekends, the plant was fully shut down and I had to do patrol through the plant.
oh yeah, I put on some
So it was
dungeon music.
completely like it was mostly dark. There was like every once in a while a couple little light.
Yeah,
And kind of on something like that. It's like because it already felt like a little like eerie-ish.
yeah,
And it made me realize why horror movies and like zombie like apocalyptic movies use a lot of factories and stuff like that, or something that is similar to a factory like a school or
yeah,
you know hospitals and stuff like that. Because honestly, when everything's shut off, it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it's one of those places where it feels normal when everybody's there, but once everybody's gone, it's so bizarre looking and
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah. Mhm.
Because I was staying after school for drama,
Yeah.
just walking the halls just to get a stretch and take a break. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah. It feels off. Yeah.
I guess it's our perception because we see it full of people all the time. Where our brain,
Being in a church with only one or two people is kind of creepy too,
yeah,
actually.
it is.
So
Any place that you're used to, like, because I walked through a massive football field, and it feels weird.
yeah.
Like I think I think it was the Cowboy Stadium. I got to go. I went and visited the Cowboy Stadium when I was down in Texas, and walking through it, and there was only a couple people I got access to, and it just felt weird. Because like when you
Yeah.
see it on TV or if you go to games, it's just packed. I
Right.
think it's a lot of the concept of anything that's meant to have people. Like your brain's like, oh, this holds a lot of people. A lot of people congregate here
Yeah. Or
for this,
just so
this, or
used to
this.
seeing so many there. Yeah. So
Like parks are fucking creepy without people.
yeah, they are. Yeah. Especially at night. So
Like walking trails is like whatever, it's fine. But
yeah.
parks, swimming pools, lakes, like I went to we had a little lake back home where I'm from. And we'd get there early to start swimming or whatever, and there'd be no one there.
Yeah.
Maybe except for the lifeguard and a few people that work there. And it just feels weird. But then a bunch of people show up and you're like, oh no, okay, now there's too many people. But anyways,
Yep. Well, that's probably about all that we have for this episode.
so in the comment section down below, give us your favorite Disney songs and the place you think is the creepiest without people.
The place you think is the creepiest for the people.
Yeah. Whether it be night or day, just whatever you think. And of
Yeah.
course, if you have if you like the video, like, subscribe to the channel, follow on over on Spotify, please. And down in the comment section, I mean,
Excuse
you
me.
can comment, you know, your favorite part of the video or give us ideas for the next video. A lot of times we actually have to cook these like 2 days before we record.
Do we?
Yeah, a lot of times.
Hmm.
If we cook up anything, it's like 2 days before, or we just go off the hip.
Hmm.
Don't me.
But anyway, like and subscribe, follow,
You sound so sleepy.
click the links,
Now
the
you just sound
wiki,
like you're reading
click
off a script.
click the wiki links and
The wiki link. Oh, don't forget to check out his game
oh
and
yeah, play my game.
all
My
that.
downloads have actually increased the past couple of weeks. I'm glad. So
Oh
no
my
new
god.
reviews though. I'm like, what the heck? People are playing but aren't reviewing or downloading. I don't know if they're playing, but they're downloading. So
Well, well, and that, see you in the next one. Bye.